Hey everyone, so here will be my trade recap for the two trades that I took yesterday. One was a swing and another one was an intraday trade on gold. So for my swing trade, it was on GA over here. So I saw that price actually already broke and closed above this highs and was coming back to retest and form support at this previous daily highs over here. So what I was intending to do was to trade back up to the range and then see if price can actually have the volume or the bullish momentum to then push higher. So I understand also on the weekly that this seems somewhat bearish, but GA has been able to keep pushing against the 1.8 level, so I was just trading towards that level. So how I found the trade was actually during the London session at this area over here. When this candle closed bullish, I waited for the next candle to flip bullish after holding the support, and then I took my entry at the bullish flip. So I was thinking that this level of support should hold, hence I placed my stop loss below. But on hindsight, upon reviewing, I think that just because this trade is actually going to be for quite a large range of about 150 pips and about maybe 5 to 6 R. About 3 to 5 R depending on where I put my stop. So if it's below this area, 3 R is still relatively good for me in terms of my own strategy and my comfort level. But I put it right below this wicks over here, thinking that it should have enough space and it should hold this daily level. So it came quite close to my stop loss, but it never came close to this previous level of support. So I think the best area for me to have put the stop loss was actually below this based on structure. So this would have still given me about close to 5R. So that I think is still quite decent for a swing trade. However, the next day I saw all the 4-hour candles as the trade was progressing. I saw multiple rejections to this previous level of support on the left. So I decided to be a bit more prudent when this final candle actually started forming bearish, also rejecting that area. Even though this previous bullish candle was quite strong, it still failed to break above that high. So I decided to just take my profits first, and then I'll start to look for a trade when price breaks above retest and then continue up for the safer and cleaner move. This was my strategy and the outcome of my GA trade. So on gold, when I saw that price actually made a new higher high and then broke this level over here, broke this resistance and my zone, I actually looked, and then the next candle also held this level of support. I was considering the long, seeing that price actually had a very bullish, strong bullish momentum from the bottom here for the entire week this week. So this would have just been me trading in line with the trend. However, I also know that overall on the daily, gold is actually still bearish, making lower lows and lower highs. So I was careful with my TP areas and I was managing it quite tightly. However, for the stop loss, I could have done better not to squeeze my trade. So the entry was actually done here when this candle actually held the support and then flipped bullish. I took my entry, but the stop loss was placed wrongly, too tight below this most recent support. However, I think based on how the candles were rejecting beforehand here, the proper level of support should be around this area below this. So I understand that this being my first TP area, once price actually failed this clean move up, I was actually planning to take 50% of my position off and then lock my stop loss to BE and go for the rest of the move on the daily. So this was like a intraday trade plus a potential to hold it for a swing. So that's why I took a chance over here. So I could have left the stop loss further away since the swing would have definitely covered it once I reached this area. So we then see on the next candle that price would have actually come up first to hit my TP before And then my stop loss will get locked at break even before the runner actually got hit at BE. So overall, I might have been able to bank some profits on this, but I had to have a proper stop loss placement on this trade. So that was the mistake that I made on this one. So based on the trades that I've taken so far on gold, I've only been comfortable to take them on the 1 hour, but being volatile as gold is, I realized that a lot of the times the trade did not move to fruition even though the analysis was correct because I squeezed my stop loss. So with gold, I think proper structure, using structure to place the stop loss seems a bit more prudent, as once it starts trending, it tends to move quite quickly and quite far anyway. So the risk reward should pay out in the end. So that's my own personal observations. Right. So I hope the videos have been valuable. Have a good day, everyone.